things in the way from it hit me. There we go.
Today I put my Make America Great Again. Make. Oh, I like that.
It's connecting to everything. Okay. Just waiting for it. I don't know if you can hear me. Come on.
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. Should be popping up here on Wimpkin any second now. There we go. Finally. Finally. Okay. Here we. Let me take that off now. Okay, go to StreamYard. Take that off the screen. Add screen. Takes a little longer to set it up here.
Woman enjoyed herself with her beautiful necklace, dress, photo shoot, because she about to go to jail. If you don't know who that was, her name is Dr. Valicia Adams Kellum. She is the former CEO of the LA Homeless Services Authority. Yes, this is a person who supposedly administers homeless services in California. She was recently forced to resign, though, after her mega agency failed multiple audits. She says, "I don't know where or how we spent billions of dollars." Oh, trust me, we know. It's going right here. This necklace is obscene. I mean, I don't know anything about pearls, but this has got to be maybe $15,000, $20,000, $30,000 right here. So how did she get that money? Well, first off, she paid herself a monstrous salary, $430,000 a year. Then she funneled millions of dollars into her husband's sham organization, allegedly, 3 separate times. She also really tried to booze it up at her holiday party by demanding that taxpayers pay for her open bar. And when an associate of hers said that, hey, that is an improper use of public funds, she got visibly angry and then terminated her employment. This is not only very petulant behavior, but also very illegal. After that, she started hiring her friends with whistleblowers, alleging that she pushed out staff, experienced staff, to hire unqualified friends and former subordinates from her previous job into high-level, high-salary positions within the LA Homeless Services Authority. And when people caught wind of this and started reporting, she tried to cover her tracks by destroying public records and also arranging to pay hush money, $800,000 to silence whistleblowers. $800,000 of your money. Yeah, I think it's time to start selling off some of these pearls, girl, because you're going to need that money. The last thing I'll say, and this part is serious, is that the only reason why we know about any of this stuff is because there are still some great local reporters on the ground who still believe in real journalism, pieces that I've cited in this video, as well as brave whistleblowers who still know right from wrong. Thank you guys. You guys are the real heroes.
Let me get back on my page here. Sorry. Hey, welcome again. Been a little while. Let me pull this out.
Happy Independence Day.
So what's happening in California? I guess you got a new tax out there, huh?
Well, we have a group of patriots who love California, who love United States. We start a group. It's called New California State. If you can show that, newcaliforniastate.com. And in there, we have a lot of public information. We talk about the violation of current California leaders. We call them puppet masters. You know, they obviously don't work for California. They don't work for the people. I believe that they're representing the globalist or the elites or whoever paid them. For all those years, for the last 30 years, we think that we have a election every time when we have election. In reality, we have selection. People selected into office.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's pretty bad, right? So I was on another page. So what's going to change there? Is you going to get new leadership out there, or what? Are you going to get Kamala Harris? Newsom doesn't have that much longer.
There's a lot of things going on in California right now. As you can see from a lot of people, we have a lot of homeless. We have a lot of people are dying on the street. At the same time, we are the most corrupted state, and we are the largest.
Well, I don't know. New York could almost compete with you.
Well, we kind of learned the most wicked The word is wicked, 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 evil, so to speak. The states are New York, San Francisco, Oakland, Los Angeles, Chicago, Seattle. You know, those big blue cities run by blue uh, democratic leaders. And if you compare each one of them, they are pretty much the same. You know, corrupted leadership, a lot of homeless, dying people on the street, a lot of unemployment, the crimes are skyrocketing. And about 2 weeks ago, San Francisco was ranked 2 years in a row the number one criminal activities in San Francisco. So you can see San Francisco and those big cities like New York has a lot of impact in people's life. Not good impact, but bad and evil impact.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, and, you wanted to talk about the uh, new California state. Are you guys trying to do some resolution to change the state, or are you going to split into two states? I heard stuff about that in the past.
Yes. If you have a chance, you go to that private chat and do the link on New California State. I give you a link
Yep,
governors.
I'll bring it up on
In
the
there,
page.
we talk about we kind of create a constitution for the state of New California. We
Hmm.
kind of copy the California Constitution in the early 1849. That was the one that created California state. At the same time, so that's the you see that that's the event. That's the event that I just came back. The event in June 30th and July 1st. Two
Hmm.
full day historic event, and we talk about the Constitution. We talk about how we can restore our republic and form of government, and how we can get back our water. You know, they about 78%, more than 75% of the water in California for the farmers, they are diverted to the ocean. And then the wicked
Something to do with
governor,
a fish or something.
I don't think so. It's a deep state representative run state. So
Well,
they
they claim the
divert.
reason why they're diverting all that water is for some stupid
Yeah, they
life
don't
of
want to
some fish.
kill the fish. That according to what they say, that's not
Yeah.
true. You know, the water that we are drinking in California and especially in San Francisco, they add a lot of supplement in there. It's not good for our health. I believe that last year we had a lawsuit in San Francisco court, and the person who filed it and won the lawsuit and asked them to remove this toxin chemicals in the drinking water. So, California has not been a republic state for many years. And we are highest in taxation, we are the highest in gas. Right now our gas is like $5 to $6 a gallon. If you see something like $4.30, 4.50, you say there will be a long line to get some gas. So you can imagine the people in California has been suffering from the way that this current leaders running the state.
Hmm. Yeah. What's
So
this 61 cents thing out there that it's going up because of regulation and gas taxes out in California as of July 1st? I think it happened.
um, according to what we learned July 1st, which is
Oops, she popped out. I lost her. Anyways, there's a 61% gas tax out there, a higher tax, and part of its regulation that's all causing it to go up. And they're trying to do the whole energy thing there. This is the event she was talking about they had. I don't know that there's any clips that she sent me in. Let me try bringing the other one up here. Oh, yeah, it's a new constitution. I'll put that page up there too. And we'll attach it to that one. Oh, she's back.
yeah,
You're back.
we have I have no idea. Something is not about my internet. Um,
Yeah.
As you can
I was
see,
having a little trouble hearing you, but everyone out there is saying they can hear you because I text and asked. So
okay,
this is the new constitution or the constitution of the state?
this is the constitution that we created and we adjusted from the original 1849 and talk about how we can have a new California state using the constitution that for the people, by the people, instead currently that we don't have a government in San Francisco, we don't have a government in California. The way that it run is so communism, so globalist. So the one world order government people, they pick people to represent them and try to kill, steal, and destroy. And that's exactly what
Mm-hmm.
happened in California. And
Um,
in California, we have
so is this
13%
something
of
you need to get passed right now? This new constitution you're talking about?
we have passed the constitution already that is publicly
Oh,
for
this is
people
it.
to,
Okay.
yes,
Okay.
yeah, we passed a constitution, we post it in there, let people know what's going on in California, that why we need to uh, re-establish and reinforce our Republican form of government instead of a communism government, a tyrants, a group of tyrants, a group of uh, non American people running the state.
Mm-hmm.
According to the Constitution, we the people represent the people only meet twice a year in the Capitol to do business. But now they meet in there as often as they can, and they create all those laws that is not good for the people. They try to destroy traditional family. They try to destroy good people who follow the law. And California has been passing the law a few years ago that they become a sanctuary state. So
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people they wanted to kill their babies. If they don't want their babies, they would openly invite them to come to California for abortion, killing their very own kids. Um, and we are known for open border. We are known for fentanyl, and we are known for illegal drugs legalized, and we are known for pedophilia practice openly in the government. They purposely passed a law that adults can have sex with kids.
Mm-hmm. Did I lose you again? I'm not on that page. Hold on. Oh,
I kind of pay
you,
attention.
you
Yeah,
keep popping out.
I have no idea.
Yeah, it's the internet. On one of us, probably you, because it's your end. Otherwise, I'd
Oh,
be losing total signal to send it out to everyone else. I think.
yeah. So we have a group of people. So as people can see from the newcaliforniastate.com in there, if you go over there, you will see how many grievance that we have going out there to read it to the current administrations, administrative people, governor, legislation, senator, assembly. Let them know
Mm-hmm.
they're running a monkey business state, and many people are suffering in California and a lot of unemployment. And as you can see, the deep state actors and actors, the puppet masters running our state, they colluded and corrupt the public money for their own gain. We can't even build what's that called, high speed railroad in how many years? 20 years. Everything
Yeah,
is
they
going on.
wasted so much money. Finally, Trump ended that. They spent
Yeah.
billions of dollars and never put 1 foot of track down.
Yes. But so the point is that why people don't rise up, why people are not talking about it, why people are like agree and silent, not to fight back. So I was pretty glad and honored to be part of the new California state when they had the event a couple days ago. And in
Lost you again. So probably popping back in. I was looking at this. I'm wondering what the biggest changes are. They do have a lot of stuff crossed out here. The Secretary of State shall be the governor, blah blah blah. They changed that. Shall be a reward, and it looks like there's a lot of cross out areas here. So I think it's what they're changing from the original Constitution right here. They cross some out. This, oh, there she is again. I have to look to see if you're back in.
You know, I am back in.
Yep. There you are. I was looking at. I'm going to ask you, what are the biggest changes that they're doing in here? They're crossing a lot of stuff out, or what's the changes in the Constitution?
Just the wordings. The wordings. This original Constitution is from 1849. So 1849 was how long ago? Let me see how long ago was that. And because the time has been flying for so long, that's 175 years ago, California. And when we create the state, everything was a republic that people have a saying. But for the last 50 years, it's no longer a state that is run by the people or controlled by the people. It's just people put in office by selection, we say by bidding. That people vote, the machine vote, and all those legislations, codes, administration codes. Um, I don't see a lot of benefit that we are in the current state. Otherwise, people wouldn't be wasting a lot of effort trying to uh, reestablish the Constitution from 1849. So what we are doing right now is do the best we can and involve a lot of people in. Um, California, we have 58 counties, about 482 cities, and our population is 13% of the entire United States. So I personally believe that when things are happening, things will be changing. So I urge people that when you have time, go to the website newcaliforniastate.com, join the fight, and stand up for California. Personally believe that when California change, the nation is going to be returned to a common sense nation.
Is this a very new group, or has it been around for a while?
Oh no, they have been around since 2018. As you can see from the grievances and the notices, if you want to go to the website and click notices. So from the notices,
okay.
You go to the notices and it will give you all those notices that people have been going to courthouse in front of the county house.
All the events,
those notices. So, for example, you see the Constitution, the default, and we have so since 18. That how many years is that? 7 years already. For 7 years, people are not giving up. I believe at this moment there's quite a number of lawsuits from California to some of the counties' election offices. Look at all this 94. You want to click 94? What's the last one say?
It was cutting out. Which one do you want me to click on?
94.
94.
That's
okay.
The last one. Yeah, 94 right there. So see the 94 one. New California, they see the grievances at the state of intent. The citizen of New California have decided the remedy about abusive power. The government of California exercise our right to form a new state. So it is when the government fail their duties and we have the right to exercise and to restore a Republican form of government that the people can enjoy. A couple things. Safety and health. The two things, the most important topic for any government. See the violation? California state government right now is in violation on Article 4, Section 4. The United States shall guarantee to every state in the Union Republican form of government. But right now, many of the blue states like California, they're like 90% of the representation are Democrats, and you almost see no other party than a few Republicans. That is imbalanced power.
If California split into two states, the Democrats would be in a lot of trouble. Yes. Because there's a lot of red losing their vote basically to the blue in that state where they cheat. And it wouldn't also be a sanctuary state anymore.
State.
Yeah.
Exactly. I believe the leaders from the state of New Caledonia, according to the law, according to the Constitution from 1849, and also the United States Constitution. And what we do is that we compare Constitution, try to make some common sense about current leadership, where they violate the Constitution of the United States, and the people have been addressing the issues for the last 7 years. So I believe that 2025 is a critical year for uh, all Californians. If
Hmm.
if all Californians able and willing to wake up and work together, then we can overthrow the current governor and the demon of the Democrats leader. So as you
Hmm.
can see that in there, yeah, it's
Right
very
here.
plain and it's open. Yeah.
Okay.
So they have declared, see that New California Declaration of Independence, January 15, 2018. In 2018, a group of patriots, a group of people, they decided to work with legislation the way that they understand from the national level. So Jerry, remember our nation original colonies, 13 states. And then later on, they fought different war, civil war, and create more states. And the last state that we created was what, Hawaii? Hawaii was the last state. And
Hmm.
then next to it, I believe, is Alaska. So that's 49
Was it
states.
Alaska, then Hawaii, or the other way around? I forget.
I believe Hawaii was the last one.
Okay. They were
Yeah.
both
So
close together. Yeah.
I believe so. So in America history, we have a West Virginia and a regular Virginia. So what they did is exactly what we are seeing right now: that tyranny state, communist government, unrepresenting the people, and it's only one party rule. So I believe the New California leaders using that model, the West Virginia model, to split California into two states. So this way, the representation will be equally balanced. If you want to be wicked, if you want to kill yourself, if you want to genocide, if you want to abort your own children, that is the the call of those people who wanted to do it. However, California, we are rest state from many cities. For many cities, we are cities and a rest state. However, the Dominion machine, remember that we learned it from Maryland, the machine flip
Hmm.
flop middle of the night, and other reports like Sydney Powell was talking about. Uh, uh, what's the previous New York mayor's name? I forgot. Julian. Uh,
You
that
talking about New York or what? What? Where?
remember the previous one of the previous mayor in New York. I said
It was
Julian.
Eric Adams.
No, I'm not talking about this one. The older one, the guy who was a lawyer. That he was helping us and
Oh,
teaching us.
Giuliani.
Yeah, Giuliani.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
he went to jail because they're trying to go after all Trump supporters, is what they're trying to do.
yes, exactly. That's why the deep state, the swamps, and the people, the what's that? We call them traders. Remember, they set up January 6th to trap the patriots, to
Hmm.
welcome them to go into the Congress Hall, and then after they go in, then they arrest them for trespassing. You see
Hmm.
how crazy that is? They
Hmm.
trap those patriot people. They're nothing. They didn't do anything wrong. They just go in. Oh, come on in, come on in. So they just go in and hang out. And the next thing they say, oh, you have to leave the building. And then by taking the images and pictures, and like more than 1,600 people arrested, and many of the people detained. Thank to President Trump that he wrote an executive order. I believe it's the second day after he sworn in this year to pardon all the J6 prisoners.
Someone asked about the fires out there in California. It looks like the government's going to take a lot of that land away from the people, and then it'll end up being like BlackRock or someone ending up with it, you know.
Well, if you study California fire, or as we speaking right now in America, we have quite a number of fires, small fire, middle fires, or big fires. I believe that the deep state, the communism, the globalist, they are hiring people who are doing bad stuff to destroy America by setting those fire ups. Those are not normal fires. If you can study,
a lot of people believe it was done with microwave technology to start them. Because if you had a blue roof, it wouldn't start on fire.
I personally believe so, because a normal fire will not be having fire within the tree. It will be from the outside. A normal fire will not be the tree with ash, but the container.
Well, it was funny that the houses were burning, but trees right near it weren't burning, you know.
Yes, exactly. And some of the garbage bin, and they are not even touched. Yeah. And many of the trees stand still while the house burned next to them.
That happened in Maui too. Oh, we lost you again. It happened in Maui too. They're trying to steal all the properties. I'll watch for her to pop back up and add her back in. She's down at the bottom yet. I was just about to add her. She's having internet things, I think. It's bad internet out there, you know. So they're trying to split and make a 51st state. I've heard of this before. Oh, there she is.
Yes.
Now I see you.
Yes.
So it must be your internet a little bit.
I think so.
I changed off the echo settings. Oh, I don't know if you can hear me. I changed off the echo settings and I can hear you better with it.
I will. So let me go back to the Hawaii fire and the California Paradise fire, or the North Carolina fire.
That's a land grab.
Yes, they have something in common. We learned from the reports from the patriot who understands science.
Yeah, they're trying to steal it. Yeah, she'll probably pop back in a second. Oh. Seems like I got to click every time you pop back in. Doesn't automatically do it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's not you. It's your internet there. So.
So I learned from the reporters and the people on the first hand, you know, the interview, the local people. They block, you know, they use a FEMA to block people to get out of the fire. And things are happening beforehand, days before they practice fire to come. How do people know, and how do FEMA people know that fire will be coming days ahead of the fires? And like the LA fire from earlier this year, 2025, we learned that the water hose has no water.
I was just going to say that. No water.
Yeah, no water. Has no water, and they have all kind of excuses. And the governor not concerning about people losing everything.
How do you have a city with millions of people with no water? Jeez.
Well, because we just talk about California has been running by communism, globalist, and the people who want to take down America. So California is number 4, the largest economy. You know, we have Hollywood, we have Silicon Valley, we have finance, banking, we have people, we have immigration all over the world. So we have culture also. And so California, it's just like the Golden State. Remember our name? Golden State, like we have Golden Gate Bridge representing the entry of the Golden State. So if people are watching, I would ask people to do a couple of things. If you're in California and you live in California, so help yourself. Go to the website newcaliforniastate.com to learn about the Constitution of California 1849 and the new Constitution, and plus the United States Constitution and the Bill of Rights.
Well, the new Constitution is going to be for the new state. You want to separate the two states. You want to
Yes,
make it
yes.
two states.
But
Yeah,
I want people, I urge
I wanted
people,
everyone out there to understand that it's not part of California is going to just be a different California. Is all.
No,
right?
exactly. We wanted to create the new California state to replace the current illegal trader, the trader people, the treason, the puppet
Someone's
masters.
asking where the divide's going to be.
Oh, if you go to the website, I think there's only 3 big cities that are not part of it. Everything, I believe it's the cities, the big cities part of the old, and everything else like the farms, the farmers, and the rural area. And I believe the population is half and half. So, for example, right now we have 40 million Californians, and I believe that they will be equally divided by 20 million, whereas 20 million. So, if you can see the news, the governor see the about California state, if you click about California state, so you will know and learn something about our current situation, that the people in California have.
Did I lose you? I got to get back to this page. Hold on. Yep, she popped out again. I'll try to find it while I'm watching for her to pop back in. I'm not always. Oh, there she is. Hold on. We can't hear you. I gotta get my mouse over here. Now you're back on stage. We can't hear you unless you're on stage. So, you were saying?
I'm saying that the people in California.
Oh, lost you again. I'll try to find that map and watch for her to come back in. She's got bad internet right now. It's obvious. Shop, news, contact, about us. Legislation. Well, Senate legislative digital districts. Okay. There's something on. Oh, here she is. Yeah. I got to keep watching the page that I would click on. I got many tabs open. So I'm trying to find a map, but here's some of the districts here it's talking about here. District 1. Yeah. Okay. So, such and such county. So it's basically they're dividing up some of the counties. And most of it would be the new California. And it would really be Los Angeles, San Francisco area that's going to be the old California.
I believe so. Remember, like I said, they divided by the population and also the state line and the county lines. So I am learning as I grow older.
40 districts that the Democrats would lose. Wow, that's a fair 40 out of 54, isn't it?
We have 58 counties.
Oh, okay. So 40 of them would be going away. I like it. Wow. I like this idea.
Yes, hopefully that we have the local people on board and have representation. I believe the leaders of New California, because they work with the idea and allowed by the Constitution and follow the West Virginia model, they also rise up other states like Arizona, Illinois to do the same thing, to split the state. And because the deep state puppet masters, they refuse to make changes to protect the people. So the people can rise up to create a different government that people enjoy. So I learned so much about the Constitution of New California and the United States Constitution, especially the Bill of Rights, that the God-giving right or God's unalienable right. So our rights is not from the government. Our rights from God. So when people understand that this nation, in California especially, that a lot of people appreciate life, appreciate freedom, appreciate our founding fathers who gave us the freedom through the to the United States Constitution. So when any current legislators or assemblies or senators or anybody who representing the people inside the government, if they keep doing those laws that is not good for the people, then we don't have a government. So currently, California has no people government. For example, they continue to use the public money to invite other states' pregnant women to come to San Francisco to kill their very own blood flesh, their own baby. And California continue to use public money to mutilate body parts from the minors, and they continue to support illegal drugs, to legalize illegal drugs. So you know that the basic fundamental rights to happiness, to health, to safety, we don't see it in California right now. We
Someone
see,
asked if there's going to be a vote on this. Are they going to vote on
yes,
this?
we believe, no. I'm not talking about publicly vote. I'm talking about not election voting, okay? But you have different group of leaders called senator, assembly, and delegates. They study the Constitution, they vote on the Constitution, they change and added the Constitution, and then they have been going out to different counties, like you see the county representative willing, able to do the necessarily the work to work with the Congress, and eventually that it will be passed like West Virginia. I believe that President Trump has been informed about New California and what it takes for our state to rise up and supporting
Yeah, is
patriotic
there going to be a vote inside your state
leaders.
on whether you want to split or not?
Oh, the Congress. I'm talking about DC. I'm talking
Yeah.
about DC, the Congress, the senator.
Yeah, they have
They
to okay it, but doesn't there have to be a vote inside your state on
No,
partitioning?
there's no need. There's
Oh,
no
okay.
need for the voters to vote in California to back to a constitution that is republic form, which means everybody can be represented. But currently, we are not represented by the people. We only represent by the puppet masters, the pay and bought politicians into the office, and they don't follow the United States Constitution. They are fighting with ICE. They don't allow people to pick up criminals. They open border to welcome fentanyl and illegal drugs. And
Well, you finally got rid of that thing about stealing, about arresting people on that, right? Now they do get arrested.
I believe yes and no. The law says if in California, if you steal and criminal stealing stuff less than 950, you don't have to go to jail. And
I
there's
thought they
almost
changed that.
oh,
I thought
it's
you
not
had
about
that in the last-
changing. We passed the law last year that if you are 3 strikes, you should be detained or jail. So, for example, if a person steal 500 this time, it will add up the money next time. Instead, each time it's 950, not enough for them to be detained. So the point is, we don't know how effective or how well at the moment if we have only one party running the office. So obviously,
and that party's commie.
Oh, not only communism, they also globalism, which means they are supporting the one world order government. The one world order government, it's a depopulation government, and it's working with
that government is communist.
Exactly. And now I learned the United Nations and also the World Health Organization, they are part of the deep state and trying to lie to change a lot of things that is from false to true and from true to false. For example, like the shots. Now I'm so grateful that I learned from Robert Kennedy that he's the one fighting the deep state about making America healthy again. And I learned
And the deep state is part of the med companies.
Yes, because the people on top, I'm talking about the leaders. Now we learn that they receive a lot of kickbacks. They get money back from what they enforce. So they were told to enforce and lie and threaten people if they are not taking the shot. In the meantime, you have a group of patriot doctors. They knew something's wrong, and they even sacrificed their life to tell the truth. I think one of the doctor is that doctor.
Oh, I lost you again. Let's see if she pops back in. Yeah, I'm all for this. I tell you that. Oh, let me get. Oh, she popped out again. Started to pop in, then popped out. She's got bad internet. Oh, you're back on stage. I don't know if anything's working your mic or not. Can you hear us? It's not working. It keeps flashing back and forth whether your devices are connected or not. I think that has to do with connecting to the internet, really. So we'll give her a few more minutes. I didn't really have any videos of this particular thing to play. I could put one up there a while. You definitely got a lot of good ones. J6 stuff, that's about a 6-minute thing. Let's play a little shorter one. Here's a shorter one.
Crybaby California Governor Gavin Newsom and his wife acquired a
Watch this.
$9.1 million Marin County mansion through MHBD Farms LLC. Now, this was formed 2 days before the purchase in November 2024. The LLC is named after their children and is managed by Newsom's wife as of May 2025. The home was bought from Zulo Properties. This is owned by Daniel Pritzker, a longtime Newsom donor, and fun fact, also Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker's cousin. Now, the California Globe reported that this follows a pattern. In 2018, Newsom's Cousins LLC purchased a $3.7 million Fair Oaks home, later gifted to the Newsoms, who then pulled $2.7 million tax-free from a refinance. Now, Newsom has a salary of a little over $200,000 and $95,000 in benefits, and can't really support these purchases or the $117,000 annual property on the Marin home, raising questions about who's funding the lavish lifestyle and what they expect in return. Now, the California Fair Political Practices Commission, stacked with Newsom's appointees, hasn't investigated despite gift limit violations. And although Newsom does have a diversified business portfolio in restaurants, wineries, etc., critical Californians, just like the California Globe, are pointing out all of this, and they see this as an elite privilege, with Newsom living like royalty while California struggles, shielded by progressive cronies and questionable financial maneuvers.
What'd you think of all that?
Well, we all know exactly what the content is. How could a person with a $250,000 salary can afford a $9 million mansion? Because the property tax itself.
That's not his first home. It's one of several, right?
Yes, I believe that he also owned a home near Sacramento, and he owned a home, I believe, is in San Francisco. So I don't know which is which. I know when Gavin Newsom was a mayor in San Francisco, he had two business. One is a restaurant in San Francisco. The other one is a winery. I believe that's what it was. But how could a person with little money and able to buy a $9 million mansion? Because the property tax is so much, you can't sustain with the income that Gavin Newsom is receiving. So somewhere along the line,
part of that speed rail thing all went into their pockets.
Well, somebody need to follow the money. We all learn that follow the money. If someone from the FBI or DOJ or whoever's doing the higher up investigation to investigate all those income and expenses as a governor or as a mayor or as a lieutenant, remember, this is make their lifetime career politician. Once they're in it, and they will be there until they're dead.
Well, isn't in California politics, a lot of them are related to Pelosi and Newsom, and they're all related, aren't they?
California politics, a lot of them, they do not represent the United States citizens. They represent another agenda. It's called Agenda 21. Now they postpone it to Agenda 2030, I believe. From Agenda 2021, they wanted to punish so many people, kill many people, and they.
A lot of these environmental laws are also created to line their pockets.
They postponed it to 2025, which is this year. So we have Trump in the office. And as soon as Trump was inaugurated in January 20th, he had how many executive order right away to use his executive power to save his nation by putting a lot of executive orders. And I'm not sure if people understand that when he was in office, the first term.
Kurt, which state is that? Bayou? Bayou, is that Louisiana? Someone was saying about all their taxes. Their gas is way down now, but not in California.
Because Gavin Newsom, our governor, keep raising gas tax like 50% per a gallon. I believe that the illegal action has been challenged by some people. I was in DC. I was in Washington DC for the inauguration. Their tax is like less than $3 a gallon. Here in California, I'm in San Francisco. So San Francisco, if I go and pump the gas, the cheapest one I can find is like $4.69, and the medium one is like $5.25. And if you have,
there's places down close to $2.
Really? What state is that?
Alabama, Mississippi, those places.
Wow. Good for them.
Our gas is about $2.99.
Well, I'm telling you, California.
And we did get it at like a BJ's at $2.68, and this is New York, so our tax is kind of high. Pennsylvania is a little higher actually. After the Democrats took over there, one of the first things they do when the gas prices get low is they start taxing it more. And then when it goes way back up, it kills everybody. But they don't want you driving. They don't want you to move around. They want control of where you go.
According to the globalist agenda, the 15-minute cities. And remember earlier we talked about the fires in different cities and different states. They
don't want you to own your own home either.
Yes, that's what Klaus Schwab said. You own nothing, but still happy. Remember?
Well, they'll be happy. They'll be happy, not you.
They are the one happy, not us. Like, for example,
telling me where he is, it's $2.35 in the Bayou State, Louisiana. So that's one of the cheaper ones. That's not the cheapest though. That's one of the cheaper ones. So you're paying 2.5 times more than they are.
Yeah.
It's got to be an initial cost for actually getting the oil and refining it. So taxes wise, you're probably paying 4 or 5 times as much.
Yes. So here's what we find out as a new California state that I participate in learning the Constitution. And if you go to the website, you click home, newcaliforniastate.com, you click home, and we share with people globally. The website is global. You can see that we talk about the Constitution, about our founding fathers for this nation. We talk about that we the people have the right to reinstate, to restore a Republican form of government.
I want to answer someone that came in later. Sandy, this is about California splitting into 2 states.
Yes.
A new state of California, the 51st one.
Yes.
You're going to call it New California, right?
Yes, it's called New California State. And we were hoping to split it. Right now, we have 58 counties, 40 million people, and the illegal puppet masters in the government right now, they don't represent California. They represent the deep state, one world order government. Their job is to destroy California because California is the leading state to lead America. So anything happen in San Francisco, it goes to California. Anything happen to California, it goes to all the nation. Many of the smaller states, the population is less than a small city. So if we can make a historic change, break California into 2 states, and then the deep state swarms will have to end their agenda 21 to end destroying our nation. But we need people to rise up. We need people to get out, get up, to
Now,
do
people
something.
outside of your state can help, right?
Yes, they can go learn. They can go to newscaliforniastate.com to learn about our nation, about our historic events. And you, if you're in a state like California right now, then you can be we invent or reinstate the form of government, the Republican form of government. Our government was never democracy. Democracy is a lie and is sick and is created by founding fathers, which is Christians. Our nation was created by a group of Christians who believe in the Bible. They use biblical principles and create the Bill of Rights and the Constitution to protect and give us the right, so we can have the right to life.
From the transing issue, I'll tell you that. So they, someone said that if you split, that the old California would collapse. That they would collapse without the support of the new California parts.
Yes. That's exactly what we want. We have to collapse the state that is no longer representing their people.
Now you're in the old part. Would you move out of the old part to the new part?
No, you don't have to move out. We just have to make the Constitution.
Well, San Francisco is going to be part of the old part of California if you split. Right?
I believe so. Yeah, I believe so. However, if we have enough people in San Francisco and willing to fight this fight, that we can also part of New California. New California, it's a New California. It's using the model from I believe it's the early 1800s. I have to learn the date. You can Google it. From West Virginia. When was West Virginia former state? Away from.
So I was answering someone in chat. Go ahead.
Oh.
I was agreeing with them. They say they represented themselves, not the government of California. The present California. No.
One is West Virginia become a state. Let me see.
Yeah, it split from what Virginia? Yes, it did.
Virginia.
Yeah. Did I lose you? I'm not over on that page. Oh no, you're there. Can you hear me?
Yes, I am here.
Oh, okay.
So, West Virginia became a state on June 20th, 1863. And when they are the 35th state in America. So if we have enough people and fighting and go to DC and represent and bring out the complaints, which was the grievance that we talk about, that the current California leaders, they no longer part of America. They represent communism. They represent the one world order government, which another fancy name for globalist. So what they do is that they select people into the office and do what the globalists wanted to do, and the people are suffering by. We have so many people are homeless, so many unemployment, and everything is expensive. The income and expenses does not work together. So we become the highest in the homeless, the highest in criminal activities, because they are the one criminals already. So it's called, I learned from the book, Cash Patel, The Government Gangsters. Government gangsters, they are the one pocket in the money and enrich themselves. However, the people, the children, families are the ones suffering. How could a governmental leader welcome criminals through open border and continue to fight with ICE? When ICE come to different cities in California for criminals, to pick up criminals, you know what they do? They teach them how not to respond to ICE. They teach them how to hide from immigration police. I just don't get this part at all, because I myself am a common sense person. How could governmental leaders running a government to destroy the people? Which means The government gangsters are the problems for the people right now in California. I believe this is why that we have a group of people
Someone
rising
asked if
up.
you remember Ronald Reagan as your governor out there.
Yes,
Are you old enough to
he's
remember him?
Ronald Reagan. He had a famous saying that we are one generation away
Away
from
from
freedom, or we are
socialism.
from socialism, or from slavery. So if we, this generation, my generation, if we give up our right, if we give up freedom, then we might not see freedom anymore. So we have to fight like our founding fathers were fighting from the British.
There's a
That,
comment in private chat there that I copy and pasted if you want to read it. It's similar to what you're saying.
yeah, yeah, our founding fathers would be hanging the whole Democratic Party right now. Yes, I am praying that the
It was
Democratic
from Kirk.
parties. Yeah, well, I agree with it. The majority of the leaders in the Democrat Party, and if you look at their
They're
life,
treasonous.
yes, they sold their soul to Satan. Many of them, they do rituals, killing babies, drinking baby blood, raping babies, and agree with human trafficking, agree with fentanyl killing our own people, and agree mutilate our kids by create this
Do
DEI
you think some of
laws.
them are making money off from that stuff?
Yes, I personally wholeheartedly believe many of the politicians associate with criminals, drug cartels to enrich themselves. How it's really common sense. If a politician meant to be good for the society, then they will not be in a career politician for 40 years, 50 years, and meanwhile they're bank getting more and more money while their cities and states deteriorate and are just dying. Take a look at San Francisco. You know who is from San Francisco? Kamala Harris, Nancy Pelosi, Gavin Newsom. Uh, who else? I can name a few of these people.
Someone asked if Kamala Harris is going to end up being governor out there.
I hope not, and I pray that God is going to rise up a kingdom leader who protect life, protect children, and protect the traditional family, not to destroy by the chemtrail, by the poisonous water.
Communists don't like the family.
Well, because if they're evil, they're sick, and they're satanic. You understand? We're dealing with a group of satanic leaders. They literally worship Satan. You know that California, we have Bohemian Grove. We have Burning Man events. The Burning
Hillary
Man event.
worships the Satan. I know that.
Who?
Hillary.
Oh, the Hillary?
Yeah.
And most likely so. Otherwise, we'll not see all those investigations.
Well, there's a lot of protest stories come out and this and that about them worshiping and human sacrifice type stuff. You know.
Well, the sad part is that not everybody is open and believe that. Like I learned it at first, like what? These people are sick people. They're sacrifice
it's
kids.
Hard to believe anyone could be that sick.
Blood, you know, and like some of the Hollywood movie stars.
Well, look like what they do with the adrenochrome and stuff to kids.
Exactly. So you know, at first when I learned it, I was like, I was unbelievable. I reject the idea. It's like,
well, they're spraying their skies too now. I didn't believe that at first, and now it's pretty evident. They've actually started to admit it that Bill Gates is paying for spraying over top of England. That's
yeah, you know how the
pay for it.
Exactly. So you know where the money comes from? It's from us, the taxpayer.
The UN, which is coming from the taxpayers. Yeah.
It's from us, the taxpayers, to the nonprofit, so-called nonprofit. They're profiting from taxpayers.
NGOs.
Yes, I am praying soon that President Trump and the new team able to work a couple of the national laws to ban property tax and ban income tax to return to the original nation that was created by God. Because in the beginning, We don't have
Yeah, there was no
tax.
income tax until 1913.
Exactly, because it was by design by the deep state to make Americans into a slavery a lifestyle. Look at everything that we're going
And
through.
and almost no tax ever goes away. Once they start it, they never get rid of it because they always want to keep spending it. You know.
Exactly. In another word, this is what I learned, Jerry. I learned as I grow older. I've never
Not wiser.
imagined. Yes, wise. I'm getting wiser. Yes. At the same time, like I it's hard for me to learn something about any of the politicians involved in child trafficking, raping
Mhm.
kids, drinking kids' blood, adopt them. And it's hard for me to believe child protective services, some of those people part of the child trafficking.
They
It's
are.
hard for me to believe that many of the politicians, they sold their soul to Satan.
They also
And
sell them for sex slaves.
yes, and many of the politicians, they're part of the problems that we are facing right now. So I hope,
Well, a lot of them are
I
pedophiles.
yes, otherwise they will not create this law that
Mm.
an adult person can have sex with a minor without punishment. It's called legalized raping.
Yeah, they
Legalized.
legalized it out in California for 10 years younger. So if you're 18, you can go with someone 8. You can sleep with them and have sex with them. Yeah, out in
That's
California.
exactly the problem. That's why called legalized pedophilia. Look at this flats, they put it out there, and unbelievable for the things that we are seeing right now in California. So if you're out there, I urge people to go to newcaliforniastate.com. If you're in California, be part of the revolution. And if you're not in California, you can learn the model and create something. Educate yourself, and you can always donate to the people. Because I am one of those people trying to learn, trying to fight to protect California and try to protect San Francisco by speaking up
Mhm.
and exercise my Bill of Rights. But what happened to many of the people? For example, I'm in San Francisco, right? I get fired from my job because I didn't take that, the bioweapon thing.
What's the
And
latest update on that?
well, still refuse to reinstate the Christians and the Catholics who filed the exemption for no shots in the body.
Are they gonna give you some back pay or anything?
At this moment, it's still in the court. We still file in
Oh,
court.
okay,
We're
so you're
still
still in
waiting.
the courts. Okay.
We're still waiting for the court to settle. But here's the problem. The current mayor, the labor department, the human resources department head, and the city attorney, they all sick leaders in their head. They are using public money, $600 an hour, to hire outside lawyers to fight the cushions and make sure that they're not able going back to work. It's because they are not
That's your taxpayer
vaccinated.
dollars too.
Exactly.
So you're
So
using your own dollars against you.
exactly. So the unvaccinated workers in San Francisco government, and some of them maybe in the Bay Area, they are not allowed to go back to work. Today is July. Today is July 3rd, 2025 already. So you can imagine they fired in 21 and 22, and then the people have been fighting in court, but until this day, they refuse to reinstate the job for the people who were fired because they are unvaccinated. So when a government and the leaders in the government, especially the mayor, city attorney, the department heads, when they refuse to hire to reinstate the job for the unvaccinated worker, I'm telling you, we don't have a government in San Francisco. We don't have a government that is controlled by the Americans, the citizens of the United States. We do have a tyranny government, a group of puppet masters who represent the globalists, the one world order government, and continue to destroy the quality of life. The people in San Francisco and the
I'm
people
going
in
to ask if
California.
are people getting their jobs back out there in California or San Francisco? Like
I
do they still
I
require you to get the jab?
right now in October, I believe it's October 2024, no one is mandated or required to take the vaccine in order for you to work for the government. However, the people who are wrongfully fired or terminated by the globalist actors in 2021 and 2022, they still are not able to go back to work. Even people keep applying for the job, they refuse them for their job. So um, remember after Trump inaugurated, he already had an executive order to reinstate all federal workers and the military people who are wrongfully terminated due to
Right.
no bioweapon or the jab or
I
the
think
shot.
some of them got some back pay too and stuff that got
Yes,
all righted.
yes.
I don't think they
I
got like full pay per day, but for a while or something. I forget exactly.
see, that's exactly what the problem that we are seeing. If the government leaders are for the people, they will reinstate the people. So people will go back to work and they
Yeah,
don't have to fight in court.
got
And
it
what
right.
they did, that they refused them to go to work. They continue to hire the lawyer by the money. And I'm not talking about one lawsuit. I'm talking about 35 lawsuits. So 35 lawsuits would cost the public dollar millions and millions to fight the Christians and who are unvaccinated workers in court. And this is insane. So whoever the mayor, whoever the governor, whoever in charge of public health and human resources, these people are sick people. They are
Someone
not
asked if
humane.
you quit or they fired you.
Fired.
They
They
fired
give
you.
us a notice to quit or you vaccinated. So people get fired. Nobody. Some of the people are forced to retire early. So in
Well,
my
then you're just saying that you
situation,
have a better case if you make them fire you. You know.
yeah, in my case, they gave me a letter to let go. It's called termination letter. You are terminated and effectively today, like that, and then you have to go and they inactivate
All
all
right,
the
you did it the right
entrance.
way. That's the
Well,
better way.
so right now, because San Francisco, the leaders are so sick, so demonic, and so unconstitution followers, they don't follow the Constitution. They continue to teach people to fight the ICE, the police to come and pick up the criminals. They continue to fight and teach the illegals how to fight federal government. And they continue to give IDs to undocumented people. I wouldn't say undocumented criminals who come in through the open borders. We don't know who they are. And remember President Trump's secretary, she was defining about criminals. And this is what she said. Anyone come to America without checking immigration department with no background check and no ID no whatsoever, then they call criminals. So anybody who come to open border through cartels and arrange pay and board process to come to America without any immigration process, they are criminals. Now I just learned it quote directly from the Secretary of the House. So if you do not agree with me, well, too bad. This is the law. When people are
Right.
illegal,
Oh, I feel sorry for all of them that they're getting deported. Someone did ask a little while back if you're seeing much ICE there in San Francisco and you're seeing less illegals.
oh, I don't know. I don't know whether people are undocumented, a criminal, or immigrant. Because I look at people. I look at people as people, but the criminals themselves know. However, the president was talking about Alcatraz Island. Remember Alcatraz?
Mm-hmm.
It's in San Francisco, and I believe that he's talking about reopening and using it for the severe.
Well, he's
The
using
criminals.
alligator
Yeah.
Alcatraz now. I'm all for it. They set that up in like 8 days. It was crazy how fast they were able to set that up.
Well, if the government has no regulation to do something, they can build hospital in 10 days. They can build
Yeah.
housing in 1 day. They can build any structure in 48 hours. You know how we
Well, it's
learn
something that
as
big.
the
It would take time
military.
for some things to cure, like the cement and that. But Yeah, I can see it to be done pretty
Well,
quick.
all those illegal regulations, and they delay
Yeah.
from the
Mhm.
police department,
Everyone's got
fire
to get their
department.
cut of money out of it.
Yes, obviously, and the people, if the military come in, they can build a village in 1 month.
Yeah.
They can build a new city, a new town in about 15 days. Everything is
Yeah.
so easy.
They can.
Without regulation, they just can do it in 1 day. You get over it.
Right.
So we also,
Right. And
yeah,
and,
yeah,
and if you really have someone who can manage the thing well, too, without getting
yes.
their fingers in the pie, as long as there's
So
someone not getting their fingers in the pie.
yeah. So if you are in America, I urge people, number one, please pray for our nation, pray for the people to repent, to turn from the wicked way, just like the Bible described, and come back to common sense, protect your children. Do not allow your children to be caught body by the sick leaders, and teach your children to protect themselves. If they're boy, they're boy. If they're girl, they're girl. And it's God make each person a wonderfully made individual. So protect your children, protect your loved ones, and stand up for California. If you're in California, come join New California State, fight a good fight, and stand up. So hopefully in 2025, we were able to support from the Congress and Assembly in DC to get that approved, and then California will be split in 2 states. So 51. So this way that California will be the leading state to make California golden again, to make America great again, and to make America healthy again. I like everything that is saying out there by the patriots.
Mhm.
Yeah, look at the
And,
Alcatraz.
yes, I brought that up because of people talking about it a little
Yeah.
bit.
So
I'm all
Alcatraz,
for it. That's
yeah,
or here's another one. The Rock, the Croc.
yeah,
So you've got the Rock and we've got the Croc.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
Have
believe
you
that
ever
this
been
place.
out there to see Alcatraz?
We take the cruise and we will circle around, but never go in there to. I think they don't allow to go in there. You are circle in the
They
in the
used to have
area as a
tours in there,
tourist.
but I think it's degraded a lot now. It's
Um,
in
if they
bad shape.
if they use 8 days to 5,000 criminal spots for the biggest criminals, that's it's good news for San Francisco. It's good news for California, and also good news for America. We do not want the criminals running our city hall. We do not want criminals to run our counties. We do not want to see the criminals associate with the cartels in our government. All of government, we have 5 different governments. I personally came from another country that we want freedom, and this is guaranteed in our Bill of Rights. Bill of Right for your religion, Bill of Right for your property, Bill of Right of your children. But whatever that we're going through in California right now, it's incredible, and it's incredible that for the good people don't say anything. You know how the society destroyed is the good people being silent. So if you're thinking you're good yourself, but you're silent about all these criminals, child trafficking, pedophilia, and drug trafficking, and illegal
It's sick.
activities, and all the sick people, you have to do something. You have to say something. Go to school board, to stop this pedophilia, to poison your children. Go to public hearing to voice out your concern about poison stuff in the water. Say something about what's going on in your local cities and counties and state. And so I believe that President Trump cannot do everything himself. We have to rise up in every level of community in order for us to protect each other from the globalists, from the one world order government, from this agenda 2030, or trying to depopulate and kill people by design.
Yeah. Can you
Yeah.
see the screen well enough to read that?
Yeah, the club this week, our platform experienced an unexpected disruptive takedown.
Yeah,
Wow,
they
really?
took it down. The left crashed it and they ruined their software, their servers and all that kind of stuff. That's why they had to
So they have a
rebuild
new club.
Cloud Hub. They had to rebuild
Wow.
it because the left hacked it so bad they went into their computers and ruined them. So the
Wow.
whole platform
Remember
saying
you and
Trump and
I
trash.
did. Remember you
What?
and I we did quite a number of interviews on different topics, and we have a lot of viewers,
All
millions
gone.
and millions of viewers.
It's all gone now.
Oh, wow. Well,
Hey, William.
hopefully.
So just more people saying hi. I'm sorry. In the chat.
Well, thank you.
Colin,
Thank you. I ask people to pray for America, pray for our nation to return to a godly nation, a righteous nation. Pray for our people to be protected from the sick and evil leaders in our school, in our government. And if you're a mom or your father or you're a parent, a grandparent, pay attention to your children, grandkids, protect them because they're innocent. We don't want them to be missing. We don't want them to be a victim for child trafficking. And if you're a regular citizen, you can voice our concerns. If you enjoy what you see, and that's no problem. But if you don't like what you see, you're supposed to say something. Remember what the society becomes so sick and so out of control because the good people like you don't oppose the stuff. So if you don't like what you see, post
Mm-hmm.
them, stand up, say something, protect your neighborhood, protect your family, protect your city, like I do. I mean, I did so much to raise concern. I ran for San Francisco mayor. Even I opposed by
Someone
all
asked how long this should take
year.
if they do this. They want it done
Oh,
now. It's going to take a while to do this, right?
I believe that this year it could be a very critical year to finish it because it started in 2018. So in
Oh, okay. So
2018,
you're part way along the way to do it. Okay.
yeah,
So
because the pandemic, remember
yeah.
the pandemic, Agenda 21, and because of that, a lot of governmental places are closed. You're not allowed to go to work. You have to stay home, and you have to detain yourself at home. Remember that? And it
Mhm.
takes about 3 years. So right now, I believe that with President Trump in office and the military, it's in charge right
Has
now. So
Trump
hopefully,
said anything good or bad about this?
oh, that I don't know because I'm not the person in charge. I am just learning and follow along the way. I believe that Trump has been informed about New California, and I think at this moment is that we will take the Constitution, finalize it, and take it to DC and work with the Congress and Senate for them to pass into a two state. So if California split into two states, and the nation is going to change because we have so many representatives from California. I believe we have 76 seats. I'm not 100% sure, but California has a population and have so many seats, and, so many documented illegal people here, and those the so-called undocumented immigrants.
Mhm.
Immigrants, they are
Now, are
just
you seeing the
criminals.
police kicking people out? Are they getting them out?
What do you mean?
Are you seeing a lot of ICE raids and arresting people and kicking them out? I see
Well,
that
according what?
they self-deported.
Yes, I see the news that they have people self deported. I see the news that we got people uh, trying to fight with the police, and we got a politician. Remember the
Mhm.
vice mayor of Los Angeles?
Mhm.
She came out to use the gangsters to fight with the ICE agent. You know how crazy?
Yeah,
She requests
they're breaking the law.
gangsters, the criminals, to break the law.
Right.
Unbelievable. Look at New York. Look at New York. That the mayor candidates,
Mhm.
final run. What did they do? They calling out that they
You're
didn't
seeing a
want the
lot
United
of
States.
judges doing this now.
Wow. The point is, today it's the day before Independence Day. Our nation is only 250 years old.
Mhm.
Our founding father, they sacrificed their family, their wealth, their job, and their life to create the United States Constitution and the Bill of Rights for you and me to have the freedom. But our freedom has been taken away by a bunch of sick pedophilia leaders, globalists, one world order government, puppet masters in the government in different levels. So if you in a local government, the city or county you live in, that you don't feel that you in America right now, you supposed to stand up and fight a good fight and be the voice for the voiceless, like I do. I am in San Francisco. I'm not shining about my rights because my rights, it's God-given right, and my rights are protected by the Constitution. And so I urge you to go check it out, newcaliforniastate.com, and learn
So would
something
you
about
call
the
the
Constitution.
House first or the Senate first to try to get this passed? So they have
Oh.
to pass it with a 2/3 vote, right?
I believe so, but in order for us to finalize that, we have to alert the local assemblies and the representatives in California capital first, which
The areas that you want to go split with you anyways, they're going to be on your side anyways. So that would be
yes, yes. I believe that I believe the leaders
good. Portland
and
wants
many
to
of
do
the
this too. They want to split. Portland does.
yes, because we learned that California has been controlled by communists, globalists, and the Dominion machine flip-flop the votes for many years, and they openly bully people who stand up. They don't allow oppositions. And look at San Francisco; it's 100% Democrat leaders only. No Republican, no Libertarian, no any other party other than 100% Democrats, which means the people are not represented by legit people in the government. We don't have a government. We don't have a legit government in San Francisco or California. We don't.
You have a crime family.
Yes, we have a bunch of criminals who accept bribery, who selected into the office and to destroy our Golden State. So let's make Golden State again, and by standing up, by voice out your concerns, going to public hearing, going to educational, protect your right, protect your children, protect your family. And if you're not in California, then you can go to newcaliforniastate.com to learn something about it, to donate and help out. And every little thing counts. It takes effort. It takes effort to do something, to make some change. Well, thank you. I know it's kind of over the time, and thank you everyone in America. Thank you for praying.
About an hour. So
yes.
Okay, I'm gonna let you go. People are trying to call me.
Thank you.
Too. All right. I'll have you back in a week or so. All right. Take care.
Happy Independence Day. Happy July 4th.
We are going to 18 platforms right now. So
amen. Amen. Let me do a prayer at the
end. Rumble Studio. So there's a way of doing it. It's tricky.
So Jerry, let me allow me to do a prayer at the end.
Okay, go ahead.
Heavenly Father, Lord, I pray in Jesus' mighty name. I ask for blessing for the viewers, audience, and the people who are watching. I ask for blessing that you bless San Francisco, bless California, and bless all the states, the leaders, and bless the United States. We thank you for rising up the founding fathers, create the nation under God, one nation under God, the God of Abraham, Jacob, and Lincoln. We pray for blessing for the entire military operation. We pray for the staff who are working in the Trump team right now and the current administration, that they will be protected by you. We ask you to send angels to protect each of the leaders, that they are safe to leave home, they're safe to go home. We also pray for wisdoms, patience, and love for the leaders to re-establish our nation back to a nation that is honoring your name, honor God, and in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Praise the Lord.
All
okay,
right.
I'll talk to you later.
God bless you. Bye-bye.